Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Toya vs. Dr. Simone. One of the main storylines during this reunion is the ongoing tension between Toya Bush-Harris and Dr. Simone Whitmore. After the heated arguments earlier in the season, they face off once again on stage. Toya feels Dr. Simone has been condescending and dismissive toward her, while Simone defends her actions, saying that she's just been looking out for Toya. Their friendship has definitely shifted, and this episode marks a pivotal moment in their relationship. Dr. Heavenly's role in the drama. Dr. Heavenly Kimes, as always, is at the center of the drama. Her often controversial comments and the way she stirs up conflict between the women are heavily discussed. Heavenly's relationship with Dr. Jackie Walters comes under fire, especially regarding their communication issues. They have a moment of tension as Heavenly defends herself and her words, while the others call her out for fueling too much of the drama behind the scenes. Quad and Dr. Gregory's divorce. Quad Webb continues to discuss her divorce from Dr. Gregory Lunsford, and while she's made strides toward healing, there are still a lot of raw emotions at play. She addresses some of the fallout from the divorce and how it's impacted her, as well as her journey to finding new strength and independence. Controversy over married life. The reunion digs into the challenges and ups and downs of marriage for many of the women. Some talk about their difficulties balancing career and family life, while others share how they've worked through personal issues within their marriages. Dr. Jackie, who has had her share of struggles in the past, speaks openly about maintaining a healthy marriage with Dr. Curtis Walters. Toya vs. Dr. Simone. The build-up, all season, Toya and Dr. Simone's friendship has been rocky. It all started when Toya felt that Simone was too critical of her, particularly regarding her finances and lifestyle. Simone, on the other hand, felt that Toya wasn't being transparent and was making reckless decisions. Their past issues were revisited in the reunion. The confrontation. Toya goes in hard on Simone, claiming that Simone has been judgmental and has talked down to her. She accuses Simone of not supporting her when Toya needed it the most, which really stings for Simone. Simone, in turn, defends herself by saying she was just trying to be a good friend and look out for Toya, especially when things started to unravel in Toya's life. Emotional breakdown. Both women are visibly emotional during this confrontation. Simone, who is usually calm and collected, raises her voice, saying she never meant to hurt Toya. Toya, frustrated, argues that Simone has been too quick to criticize and has crossed a line. The confrontation ends with no resolution, leaving a lot of questions about whether their friendship can ever return to what it once was. Dr. Heavenly's drama. The queen of drama, Dr. Heavenly is known for stirring the pot, and this reunion is no exception. She's accused of talking behind people's backs and causing unnecessary drama within the group, especially when it comes to Toya and Simone's issues. The backlash. In this reunion, the women call Heavenly out for not being a good friend and for creating tension. They highlight how her habit of talking behind people's backs has caused so many issues among the group. Heavenly, being the fiery personality she is, doesn't take it lying down. She defends herself by saying she was just being real with everyone, and that they should know who she is by now. A flash of vulnerability. There's a moment in the reunion where Heavenly shows a slightly softer side, acknowledging that her words sometimes hurt people, even if that wasn't her intention. She admits she can go too far and promises to work on being more mindful with her words moving forward. Quad and Dr. Gregory's divorce. Opening old wounds. Quad and Dr. Gregory's divorce is still a sensitive subject. While Quad has seemingly moved on and is thriving in her career, she opens up about how emotionally draining the divorce process was for her. There are some moments of raw honesty, especially when she discusses how Gregory's actions hurt her. Gregory's absence. The conversation also touches on Gregory's absence from the reunion. Quad doesn't hold back in expressing how hurt she is by his behavior, but she also hints at still having some unresolved feelings about their marriage. Healing and empowerment. Quad, though emotional, expresses that she's in a much stronger place now and is focusing on her career and self-growth. She acknowledges that the divorce has taught her a lot about independence and the importance of self-love. She's clearly in a better place, though the scars of her past still affect her and Dr. Curtis' marriage. A solid team. Dr. Jackie and Dr. Curtis have one of the most stable relationships on the show, but that doesn't mean they haven't faced challenges. In this reunion, Dr. Jackie talks about the ups and downs of their marriage, especially in the wake of the trust issues they faced in previous seasons. Communication struggles. Dr. Jackie admits that, like most couples, they've struggled with communication. At one point in the season, Curtis was frustrated with Jackie's focus on her career, but she explains that they're now in a better place because they've both worked on understanding each other's needs. Tearful moment. Dr. Jackie gets emotional as she talks about the importance of maintaining love and respect in a marriage. She and Curtis share a touching moment, showing that despite the hurdles, they're committed to one another. This moment offers a sense of hope for relationships on the show. The special guest and relationship advice. Therapist on set. To bring a sense of resolution to all the conflict, the reunion brings in a relationship expert to help guide the women through their communication challenges. The therapist provides some advice on how they can work on their friendships and marriages. Important takeaways. The therapist's key message is about setting boundaries and being honest but compassionate. Some of the women, particularly Heavenly and Toya, reflect on how they can improve their communication with others. It's a moment of growth for the group, though not everyone is completely on board with the advice. Toya versus Dr. Simone, the friendship breakdown. The root of their tension. The ongoing tension between Toya and Simone isn't just about one issue. It's about trust and the feeling of being unsupported. Throughout the season, Toya has felt like Simone was condescending toward her, particularly about her lifestyle choices, like her spending habits and home renovations. Simone, on the other hand, felt that Toya wasn't taking responsibility for her actions, especially when Toya was being criticized by others. The emotional confrontation. During the reunion, things escalate when Toya accuses Simone of always being judgmental and says that Simone never really had her back. Simone, who typically tries to mediate or take the higher road, starts to get visibly upset. She raises her voice and defends herself, claiming she's always been there for Toya in the past, especially during difficult times. This emotional confrontation is tough for both women as they air their grievances. Toya points out that Simone's tone often comes off as superior, while Simone feels betrayed by Toya's lack of appreciation. What's left unsaid? While both women have their emotional moments, they ultimately don't reach a resolution. It's clear that trust has been broken, and there's no simple way to fix it. The reunion ends with an uncertain feeling. Will they ever rebuild their friendship? The unsaid weight is huge because their relationship has always been one of the pillars of the show. Dr. Heavenly, the villain in the group. Stirring the pot. Dr. Heavenly has always been a polarizing character. On one hand, she's known for being honest and blunt, but on the other hand, her directness can quickly spiral into gossip and causing drama. In this reunion, Heavenly's actions are scrutinized. There are multiple moments when the other women call her out for fueling drama, particularly when it comes to Toya and Simone's issues. Heavenly's defense. Heavenly's defense is that she's just being real and telling it like it is. She insists that she's not stirring the pot for no reason, but that people just don't like the truth when it's spoken directly. However, the other women, especially Dr. Jackie, counter that her truth isn't always kind or productive. They accuse her of causing division rather than bringing people together. Heavenly's vulnerable moment. Interestingly, we also see a more vulnerable side of Heavenly in this reunion. At one point, she admits that while she may come off as harsh, she genuinely cares about her friends. She expresses that she doesn't always think before she speaks, and that she's working on becoming more aware of how her words affect others. This moment feels somewhat genuine, and the audience sees a different side of Heavenly, less of the villain and more of someone who's trying to grow. Quad's divorce journey, the healing process. The pain of divorce. Quad's journey with her divorce from Dr. Gregory has been one of the most emotional arcs in the series. She's been very open about how painful it was, and in this reunion, she doesn't hold back. She talks about how the divorce was not just the end of a marriage, but a complete upheaval of her life. At one point, she says his neglect and emotional distance was a huge blow to her, especially as she tried to balance her career and their marriage. Gregory's absence. Gregory's absence at the reunion is also mentioned a few times. While Quad doesn't go into too much detail, there's a feeling of finality about their relationship. Quad mentions that she's at peace with their separation and has found strength in her independence, though there are still moments when the hurt is evident. Empowerment and moving forward. The biggest takeaway from Quad's segment is her sense of empowerment. She speaks about how she's grown stronger through her struggles and is now more focused on herself. She's dedicated to her career, and she even alludes to the idea that she might be open to dating again in the future, though she's not rushing anything. Her moment of strength resonates with the other women and shows how far she's come from the pain of her divorce. Dr. Jackie and Dr. Curtis, a lesson in marriage. Challenges behind closed doors. Dr. Jackie and Dr. Curtis' relationship has had its ups and downs, with trust issues and Dr. Curtis' affair being a major plot point in earlier seasons. In this reunion, Dr. Jackie reflects on their journey and the importance of communication in marriage. She admits that even though they've been married for many years, they still have to work on maintaining a healthy relationship. The importance of communication. Dr. Jackie and Dr. Curtis both emphasize how important it is for couples to have open lines of communication, especially when it comes to balancing careers and personal life. Dr. Jackie shares that there was a time when she was so focused on her practice that she neglected her marriage. In turn, Dr. Curtis expresses how he felt neglected and how that led to their challenges. A touching moment. There's a particularly touching moment where Dr. Jackie talks about the love and respect she has for Curtis. Despite their past issues, she says they've both worked hard to rebuild trust and that they've learned a lot about each other along the way. Dr. Curtis, in turn, expresses gratitude for Dr. Jackie's patience and the way they've come together to work through their difficulties. It's a bittersweet but hopeful moment for the couple. The relationship expert, bridging the gaps. Therapist intervention. To bring some closure to the lingering issues between the ladies, the reunion brings in a relationship expert. The therapist speaks directly to the women about the importance of honesty, boundaries, and self-reflection. Advice for Heavenly and Toya. One key piece of advice the therapist gives is about learning to communicate without judgment. For Heavenly, it's about thinking before she speaks and understanding how her words can hurt. For Toya, the advice is about being more open to feedback without feeling personally attacked. The therapist helps them realize that their conflicts could be resolved if they communicate with more empathy. The overall takeaway: the therapist's appearance is a reminder that while these women have strong personalities, they all have room for growth. The expert emphasizes that healing and forgiveness are crucial, but that can only happen if everyone is willing to take responsibility for their actions. Please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos.